Hey everybody, so this is my favorite game on the Oculus Quest. This is Echo VR. So in this game, it's a esport. So you play Ultimate Frisbee in zero gravity, and it's all in virtual reality. It's really fun and pretty addictive. So your hands here, they're very expressive, which is fun if you want to give somebody thumbs up or point at them. So we're in the lobby here, so we're going to mute everybody so we can explain everything. So in this game, because it's zero gravity, you can move around and get pretty fast because there's nothing interrupting you. So you can push off of things to move around. There are other few things that can help you move around. So for example, we have these hand thrusters. You press buttons on the controller, and those can help you move around in different directions. So we'll loop around here. And this can also get you a little bit of speed, but there's a better way to do that.
Nocturnal.
So on your back, you have a back thruster. So you press in the left stick, and that'll activate that. So wherever you're looking, you're gonna thrust in that direction. You can also brake, and that'll stop you 0 meters per second, so you can turn around and get a better sense of where the disc is. So you can also push off of things, and that'll get you pretty fast. So we're gonna go in here. This is the training room. So this is a half court of the arena. So in here you can practice your accuracy, and that is one big thing. You have to be really accurate. Like there, bounced off right at the edge of the goal. You can go under it, and there's no real aim assist with this, so you really do have to practice your accuracy. You can't just slam dunk, which is pretty easy. So this right here, this is a force field. So the disc can't go through that, but you can. So that makes it a little bit more difficult because you can't get a perfect straight shot. So because the disc is in zero gravity, it's going to keep moving until it hits something. The disc never really stops moving unless somebody grabs it. So there's all these floating objects, and with these, you can push off of them in the match. This can help you change direction, or even hold on to it so you can figure out where the disc is. So up here, this is a mini arena. So in here, this is a fun area to practice. You can load into the lobby with a few friends and mess around in here. It's a smaller arena, but the goal is the same size, so it helps with accuracy. So another thing that you have to worry about is how you throw the disc. You don't throw it like a normal frisbee, you usually throw it overhead like a baseball, and this helps with accuracy. So down here, this is the character customization. This is where you can change what your character looks like on either team and in the lobby. Here's my blue team, my orange, and lobby. This is what other people see, what my character looks like. So over there, you can see a few toys. So these are just fun to mess around with. There's a few dinosaurs, there's this little tiny watermelon, and even darts that'll stick to the wall. So this is the brawler room, and here you can fight other people. It's the only area in the lobby that you can punch and block. It's good to get some practice in. So we're going to go into a private match so I can explain a few more things and show you the actual arena. So I'll see you guys there. So this is the private match arena. this is where you're going to spawn in right at the beginning of the match. So in here, you can talk to your teammates, come up with a few strategies, maybe even figure out who wants to be a goalie. So these holes in the walls, these are the cannons. So these are how you're going to launch out into the match. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cannons, and each one you can launch out of. I usually like to start in 2, and then for the rest of the game go to 1. So these cannons will launch you out pretty fast, and I'll show you how. So you grab onto this ring, and then you're going to put your hand in the middle. Now if you hold on all the way, it'll knock you off of it, and you get to go to 6 meters per second, which is pretty fast. But there is a faster way to do it. This is a technique called slingshotting. You'll see this in the main match. So instead of just holding onto it the whole way through, you're going to pull yourself right at the end. And instead of going 6, I'm going 9.8. You can get to a maximum of 10. So here's the disc. So it's the same disc that's in the lobby. You can pass it between your hands or even your teammates. So here's the map. So it's mirrored on either side. There's the orange and the blue side. And all you're trying to do is get the disc into the goal. So down here, this is the 3-point line, but I like to think of it more as a bubble. So if you make the disc into the goal anywhere outside of the bubble, you're going to get 3 points. Anywhere inside, and you get 2 points. Even a slam dunk is 2 points. We're gonna head over to my side, because I'm on the blue team. There's a few things that your team will have that the other team won't. So that thing is the goalie cube. There's a bunch of these on your team's side. This is for the goalie to get around and block shots right at the goal. It's because I'm on the blue team, these cubes aren't going to show up on the orange's team side for me. If you were on the orange team, though, they will show up on that side. So this island is called the nest. This is where the disc will spawn if you have disc advantage, which I'll talk about here in a second. This island is called the bow tie for obvious reasons. And this is the middle island. So these are how you're gonna make callouts to your teammates. You could say you're left of the middle island or right to bow tie, and they'll know how to pass to you. So, if you need the disc, you can just steal it. You can take it right out of somebody's hands. There are some easier ways to take it. So one way is to punch somebody. If you punch them, it'll stun them for a few seconds so they can't move, and they'll drop the disc. So the question is what to do once you have the disc. So what you do is what's called a clear. So a clear is where you take the disc and you throw it to the opposite side. And this is just to get it away from your goal and get it towards theirs. There is a possibility that a teammate could be on their side waiting for a clear and could make a goal. So if you're about to be punched, you can block. And if you block and somebody punches you, then they get stunned instead. So the first round in each match, the disc is going to spawn right in the center. So after that match, whoever gets the goal, the opposite team will start with the disc. So for example, I'm on the blue team, and if I make a goal onto the orange team, then they're going to start with the disc the next round. So the disc will spawn right on top of the nest here. And this is where a few strategies come in. One player could be the quarterback. Each teammate can go to either tunnel, and you can throw to them, and then they could take the disc over to the other goal. So this is basically everything that you're going to need to know to watch the next match. So in the game, I have 3 other teammates, and they're going to help me out to win the match. So I'll see you guys in the match. Hope you enjoy. So in this match, I'm going to point out a few things. So we're on the orange team. So I usually like to start in the second cannon. So I'm talking to my team here, and I learned that Firemaster wants to lead. So if you grab onto the back of a teammate and throw off of them, then you're going to take some of their speed. So you're going to go faster than. So that's why I grab onto the back of his back. So we're going to launch out here. I get to the disc pretty fast, but I notice that somebody's about to hit me. So I'm able to clear the disc to their side. Thankfully, one of my teammates was there to make the goal, bringing the score to 2-0. So this next round, we're going to go into the tube 1, and you're going to see disc advantage. So the blue team is going to start with the disc instead of it spawning in the middle, because we made a goal on them. So right here I make a pretty lucky catch. But sadly, some sort of glitch happened and the disc teleported back. But it all works out because I get my first goal here, bringing the score to 4-0. So up here, we steal the disc, but they end up stealing it back. So I'm able to take the disc from him, and our team is able to clear it to the other side. So one thing that you have to think about in this game is disc prediction, which is where you think where the disc is going to hit off walls and where it's going to end up going. So instead of just following where the disc is going, you're going to think of where it's going to end up. I blocked a little late there, and he ended up stunning me. So another thing is nervous clears. You can tell that these people want to get it out of their area. So they're just throwing the disc randomly and not really thinking where it's going to go. And it ends up bouncing back in. So my teammate there was able to stun both of the goalies, which is pretty awesome, and I get the goal. This brings the score to 6-0. So the blue team gets a pretty good clear here, getting into a pretty congested corner. So right here I do a thing what's called a slap clear, where I kind of slap the disc. I'm able to make another goal, bringing the score to 8-0. So we get another really good clear by blue. So I'm able to make a three-pointer here past their goalie. I don't think he was ready for me to actually throw the disc there. So this brings the score to 11-0. So I decide to lead this time. I'm pretty glad I did, because I got a perfect 10 meters per second slingshot, and the other team forgets to grab the disc. We're able to put it in for another two-pointer, bring the score to 13-0, getting us a mercy win. Now, a mercy win stops the time because we're 13 points above the other team, and they know that they won't be able to catch up. So this has been my best game ever. I was MVP with 9 goals. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed. This has been Echo VR.